Well, greetings again, and we're going to be talking about the future of orthodontics some more. And this is another extremely deep bite case, and I've put it up here before, and you've seen it before, where the upper teeth fit inside the lower teeth. And the guy wore the teeth down where they were so sharp, he looked like he could have cut your finger in two if you'd have bit it, with his upper teeth going behind. And he's 50-something, or in the 50s when I started working on him. And we knew that we could expand anybody's arch. And this is a perfect example of that. But I had to jack it open, to get to where I could expand it. And we started doing the bite plate on the anterior part of the mouth for that. Let's get on this case and get to going with it. And I'll try not to take any more time. You can go back and look at the whole thing. But here I'm going to show you what I was thinking when I saw this gentleman come in. And now here's when he closed his mouth together, his lower front teeth went up, right up, and you can already see his upper front teeth. And he's lived his life up to 50 years running around with that type of malocclusion. I mean, and everybody looks at you, and they think, well, this is, he couldn't really get a high position in work and everything the way he looked so bad like that. And so he came in and wanted to get something done. He just didn't have a whole lot of money and everything else. And I said, well, I think I can help you. I can get you out of this. And so we did the orthodontics, and he's missing a bunch of teeth. He had to have some bridge work done. And the bridge work cost him more than the orthodontic that I charged him to do. But let's watch what we did. Now, he came in, and I realized that I could expand anybody walking and breathing that's alive. And it doesn't matter what race of people or anything else. And you can move these teeth around and just help nature take over and rebuild the whole shape in here. You can't do that surgically. You can't go in there with anything much. But if you just move these teeth gently out and expand all this upper arch and had him open. Let me get in here now, and you can see how I did that opening. He closes there and he bites together. Now when he opens his mouth, look how it's worn the front of these teeth off, and it wore the back of the lower teeth off, like these warthogs that have tushes there, and these teeth would be sharp. Now we had to shape them up a little from the bottom and shape the top bottom ones and line them up, and we'll put stuff in there now, and I'll build an acrylic bite plate across those teeth. Now you see we've got this acrylic built in here, so when he bites down, these teeth try to go behind there, they hit this, and that keeps the teeth open. Now let me back that up now. He's got a gap in here about, it's about 3/8 of an inch or more in there when you touch the teeth together. I put that bite plate in, and in just a month or 2 or 3, the teeth felt like they were coming back together. Now the teeth naturally want to go down, they want to meet one another in here to chew. That's the purpose of the teeth. And so here we rigged it up. We're putting pressure out here, which tends to make these go down in the front, lower front, and up, and go up, and left this open these teeth were not touching. Normally that would bother the temporal mandibular joint on most people, but here probably we got his jaw out far enough to where it didn't bother it, and so we just continued with it like that. Now I'll erase that, and you will watch this. Now there's the way he closed. Now we come in, and the upper arch, you see how much smaller it is. It fit inside the lower arch. It went down inside like that, and then on the bottom. Now we had to expand the lower upper arch, and we'll put, he'll have crowns of bridges and things put in the gaps. Okay, we had him biting on that. Now these teeth finally came into contact, and you let him go that way for a while. Now he closes together. You see this little deal right here? This is an arch like that. We brought it down and put it over these teeth, and it's picking these teeth up, and the force going up here will be the same over here, pushing down, and he chews over here, and so these teeth don't come down that far because they run into one another here, do the same thing. But these will go up, and these are going down, and it doesn't matter. We got him up there, and we expanded the arch with a large wire. We made these go out. In other words, we expanded the upper arch as it went out like that. We didn't separate the sutures or anything. You just take it and you like that, and you go out, and the front part of it goes in to some extent, and watch what happens. You see this arch right here, it comes out with, it's got a deal like that, and then it goes over this way. You pull down, it tightens this up, so there's a gentle pressure pushing this up. At the same time, we're widening it. We gave some space in there, and we moved that arch where it's widening that arch out. Now down on the bottom, we didn't have to move them as much, so I didn't use that same kind, but this arch wire we go down like that, bringing them down. And I want you to know that people can do this, but I have lectured on it and shown it, and people are reluctant to get in there and really do this. They think they could finish it, but you can do this. And I'm trying to encourage people in the American Orthodontic Society that they will come in and do this type of work for you. And this is the way people will demand this type of orthodontics. I don't care. People in foreign countries now think right back and thank me for doing this, and they say, where can I get this done? I don't know where, but you can take the video to somebody and let them look at it. If they're orthodontists and know how to do something, they can learn to do this. So I'm going to go on now. Let's go back. Now we've got to rotate the teeth. Rotations are nothing, and we can rotate anything living that you can do this with. And here we're going to make this upper arch big enough to go over the lower arch. So we're expanding it with this heavy wire that's coming in here. It's expanding the upper arch at the same time as elevating those teeth. Now there's a gap comes in, so we open this up. And somewhere or another I did not straighten out a bicuspid tooth in here. Maybe I had a good reason, I don't remember why. But you see the heavy wire, it's expanding it laterally, and this other wire is lining things up in there. Down here we've got a rectangular wire as it goes in place. And so as we widen the teeth out, you don't want to just widen them this way, you want to widen them. So this arch wire here has to have buccal root torque on it. In other words, you have to twist it such that, the arch wire itself is trying to do the teeth out on both sides like this. So what you have to do is take the arch wire and bend it down like that. You raise it up and engage it into that, and the arch wires tended to do it this way. If you didn't have a heavy wire enough to resist it, it would make the crown go to the inside instead of the roots going to the outside. And you have this gentle pressure, and the cortical bone, everything widens out, and you can expand anybody's arch at any time during their life, as long as they live. You can do that. And that is a fact, and that'll prove itself. We have done this for so many people. Now, you see the upper teeth are about as wide, and then we'll continue to widen them out more, and we smooth this out and this out down here, and these teeth are hitting in there, but you can see where they wore down a little bit up here in this area. Now we've got gaps in there, and after I got through, I didn't line this tooth up like I ought to. Maybe we were in too big a hurry to get through with it. But we got it out that far. The bottom now is looking almost normal. And the top, you'll have to have a lot of bridge work done there. And the bridge work cost him more than I charged him for the orthodontic part. Excuse me. I'm getting old. Now here's this bigger wire bringing this out, and we use that torque. We're torquing the roots of these teeth out as we go to bring the crowns out. So the teeth don't just go out this way, they go bring it out. And that brings the airway out too as it goes through there. I showed you how we did that. Then he went in and got the bridge work done. Now, he's pretty well finished up here. And now he's looking much better, but we'll wait. We put artificial teeth in there, just plastic teeth. You could take them, put them in on your arch wire and just torque them, and you can't hardly tell these are artificial teeth right here, and this is too. Right here, feel that, and he gets bridges in there, doesn't that? Now we finished him up, and we put those artificial teeth on the retainer, and then he went in and got his bridge work done. And I sent him to a restorative man who did the bridge work. But we were really restoring this gentleman with orthodontics, and just had somebody else come in and do the bridge work here. Now he'll put these crowns on there. Now that's the way we started with it, and there's the way we finished it, like that. And what about this way? You see the upper teeth were like that. Now they're widened out and they fit over the lower teeth. The crowns are kind of big. Here's 10 of 88. And this is, that must be 94 or something, 88. I put a little deal in here and he bit down on it and bent it, but I pulled it back up. We got a little tooth right there that kind of turned when it went down. And here is the man with a smile. Now this guy can meet people and they won't be thinking about what a terrible bite he's got. He can get a better job, he can do things better. He's just a happier man. And making him happy made me happy. Now, did I do it for him just so I would be happy? No, I don't really think I did. I did it to help him, and that's what I want people to do. So we change people's lives by moving their teeth, and that changes their mouth, the way they eat, the way they swallow, the way they do. And I've watched him for years after I finished, and he stayed that way. So this made me feel good. It gives you a reason for being. And I hope that people in our organization realize this is part of the pay you get for coming in and doing this type of work on people. That it makes you feel good as well as the person you're working on it. And so we did that. And there he is, a happy man. I thank you for watching, and don't think that you can't learn to do this if you don't know how already. And that you can change people like this. Thank you for watching, and I want you to stick with our organization, and we call it Straight Wise Orthodontics. Goes straight to the reason for why it got wrong to start with, and change that, and then they'll wear a retainer for a while, and then it gradually come out of it, and it'll stay there the rest of their life. Thank you now, and I'll say goodbye. And this is the way we looked at the x-ray. Now, some ways or another, I did not move this tooth right here. I don't know why. I may have had some good reason for doing that, but they put the bridge on it kind of cockeyed. His jaw joints worked. He had no problems with TMJ work. And this is what we ended up with. And thanks again. I've got more pictures here than I thought I had. But that's the end of it. So we went from that to that. And you can do this, and people see this all over the world now. It goes everywhere. Thank goodness for the internet now. We can talk to people anywhere in the world and show them how they can do this type of work. So thanks again, and I want to close out and say goodbye. Stop here.